At the beginning of the film, a lightning-like object is shown approaching the Earth. A young boy, Josh, is watching it through his telescope when the ball quickly falls into a fishbowl in his house and absorbs the water. Surprisingly, Josh notices this. In the next scene, 3 months have passed, and the ball reappears, approaching the Earth again. This time, it's a much larger fireball than before and crashes into the water near Liberty Island. As the fire dissipates, the ball reveals itself to be a man in a white suit. The man walks into the city in an unusual manner, drawing strange looks from people. He collides with a car while crossing the road but isn't harmed. Instead, he folds his feet weirdly and disappears as the car driver rushes to help him. Later, the man stands in a deserted place, and his ear opens like a gate. A tiny man appears, descending from the ear with a rope to the man's legs, where he opens a small gate using a nearby button. Inside, he finds defective wires and begins repairing them. The man controlling the legs then moves to the brain. It's at this point that we realize this is not a human or an alien, but a spaceship controlled by 100 tiny humanoids. The crew members are introduced by numbers. Crew member number 1 is the captain of the ship, while number 2 is the captain's assistant and future captain. Number 3 is the system in charge. Each body part of the ship is controlled by tiny aliens, who report everything to the captain. After the accident, the captain is informed that the ship isn't functioning, but it will be repaired within 2 to 3 Earth days. The ship's tracking system is also damaged. The captain calls a meeting with the crew, and we learn they are from the planet Nil, which is facing resource shortages and is on the brink of destruction. They need Earth's salt and water to save their planet, which is why they came to Earth in search of a ball called the Orb, which was lost earlier, the same ball Josh had. The salt from Earth could give energy to the Nil planet for years, so the crew is determined to find the Orb. Josh notices the human-like ship from his window and calls his mother, whose car had collided with the ship earlier. They approach the ship, and the mother apologizes. The aliens inside the ship panic, as they aren't sure how to behave like humans. This is their first time interacting with humans, so they consult Google to learn more about human behavior. The captain, controlling the ship, tries to speak to Josh's mother like a human. Meanwhile, police officers search for the mysterious ball and go to the site where the ship landed, finding someone's facial impression. The entire city is trying to locate the mysterious figure. Back at Josh's house, the ship tries to communicate with Josh's mother, but things break due to the high frequency of the ship's voice. After adjusting the frequency, the ship says, "I am okay," and Josh's mother invites it inside after sending Josh to school. The ship's captain introduces himself as Dave, a name they found on Google. From Dave's eyes, the ship's crew spots a picture of Josh holding the orb. Josh's mother explains that Josh had shown the ball at his science exhibition. The ship tracks Josh's location, and Dave excuses himself to find him. Crew member number 2, who is controlling Dave's movements, often becomes enraged by the behavior of the people around him, who don't follow rules and regulations. The commander asks the doctor to monitor member number 2's growing anger. As Dave moves past a park, children mistake him for an ice cream man. Dave then goes to a mall to change clothes but needs money. Using a hand scanner, he prints counterfeit money in the dressing room. Afterward, Dave visits Josh's school, where the principal mistakes him for a teacher and sends him to a class. Dave asks Josh about the orb, and Josh explains that some boys in his class took it from him. Josh takes Dave to one of the boys' homes, but they don't find him there, so they return to Josh's home. Josh enjoys spending time with Dave. Meanwhile, Josh's mother invites Dave to stay for dinner. The ship's captain accepts because it's safer than being outside, where there's a risk of exposure. After dinner, Josh and his mother show Dave around their home. Dave notices a painting and admires it. The lady explains that the painting represents love and emotion. Dave asks her, "How do we discover love?" She responds, "Whenever it happens, we discover it already." Dave is shocked by this revelation and leaves shortly after. Dave decides to spend the night on the road. A kind man offers him a shawl to keep warm, impressing the captain. The aliens inside Dave realize that humans are more compassionate and advanced than they thought. The ship spends the night there, and Dave sleeps. Inside the ship, the captain confides in the doctor that there have been some abnormal behaviors in the ship. The captain then goes to the control room and finds crew member number 3 still working. She shares that she found a file, an American emotional movie, which she watched with the captain. Both end up weeping at the end of the movie, and afterward they go to sleep. The next morning, Dave's battery is only 20% charged. The police are still searching for him. Dave heads to the park with Josh, and after a train ride, participates in a hot dog eating contest. He wins and gifts a soft toy to Josh's mother. As they leave, Dave notices some kids bullying Josh and intervenes to punish them. Eventually, Dave and the aliens find the orb, and the crew celebrates. To mark the occasion and celebrate Josh's mother's birthday, Dave invites Josh's family to dinner. However, crew member number 2 disagrees with this idea, insisting they focus on the mission now that they've found the orb. But the captain insists that since the family helped them, they should do something kind in return. As Dave spends more time with humans, the crew inside starts experiencing human-like emotions. Crew member number 2 becomes angry, while number 3 dresses beautifully, hoping to dance with the captain. The captain refuses her, as he is controlling Dave, who ends up dancing with the lady at the party. Hurt, number 3 leaves. Soon after, the police arrest Dave at the hotel. Crew member number 2, furious with everyone's changing behavior, takes control and forces the ship to return to its mission. Even number 3 joins number 2, and the officers overhear the aliens' conversation through Dave's open speaker. The police now suspect Dave might be an alien soldier. The new leader inside the ship forbids any un-alien-like behavior. Dave uses his hand pistol to break the police station wall and escapes. The police shoot at him, but the bullets have no effect. One of the aliens jumps out of Dave to avoid the new leader's wrath. Meanwhile, number 2 sees Josh and his mother at the police station through Dave's eyes and orders the ship to move forward with the mission. Number 3 becomes concerned that the mission is taking a toll on Josh, so she frees the original captain. They get thrown out of Dave's nose and, along with some other tiny aliens, try to escape. While avoiding humans and dogs, they spot a plastic bag and use it as a hot air balloon to return to the ship. The bag gets stuck in the windshield wiper, which flings them back onto Dave. They apologize to the captain, realizing the journey would not have been possible without him. Back inside, Dave stops a car to conserve energy and heads toward Liberty Island. Josh, sensing that Dave is not capable of evil, convinces his mother to help him. Meanwhile, the police, who have captured the tiny alien that jumped out of Dave, order a pursuit. At Liberty Island, the new leader orders Dave to throw the orb into the water to collect sea salt. However, the original captain arrives just in time to stop Dave. The crew inside Dave agrees that the captain has regained control, but in the struggle, the orb slips into the water and begins absorbing the ocean's salt. The captain tries to stop the orb but needs more energy. He is faced with a choice: either save Earth or return to their planet. The captain asks his crew for permission to save Earth, and they all agree, having learned the importance of love and helping others. Dave uses all his energy to save Earth. With his power depleted, the police arrive just as Josh uses an officer's taser to recharge Dave. As Dave recharges, his mouth opens like a gate, and the captain and number 3 emerge to explain everything to the police. They promise Josh's family that they will find energy resources on another planet and will not harm Earth. The police, satisfied, allow the tiny alien to return to the ship. Dave gets ready to leave for their home planet, but as he rises into the sky, the FBI arrives and traps him with a net from a helicopter. Just as the officers approach, the ship's crew gathers in a detachable lifeboat hidden in Dave's shoe and launch their escape. Left behind are Dave's body and number 2. Inside the lifeboat, the captain proposes to number 3 as they head back to their planet. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.